Everyone. Welcome to our Year 6 into 7 information evening. I'm David Bailey. I'm principal here at Biddenham, and it's my job to sort of introduce this evening. It's an evening that we're calling a pre-transfer or pre-transition evening event that, given the need to do this virtually at the moment, given COVID still being a national and a local issue for us, and one that we're not being complacent about, given that, we're very keen to introduce you to what we're going to be doing over the next few months and to assure you that we'll be doing everything possible to make the transition as smooth as can be. So the purpose of tonight is twofold, really. It's a little bit about launching our program of events that will be taking place, our transition events for the next few months, and also to introduce you to a few key figures and a few key faces who will be working with your son or daughter as they begin their journey here at Biddenham. So we hope in doing this we'll reassure you that we'll be taking it all very seriously in terms of making sure everyone is comfortable and everything pastorally and academically will be done to make sure that that move into your beginnings here at Biddenham will be as smooth and reassuring as possible. So I hope you do find this evening informative. As I said at the beginning, if you've got any questions as we go through that come up from meeting the members of staff tonight, please do pop them into the chat function and we'll try and deal with them all at the end. So now I'd like to hand you over to Eleanor Grills, who will introduce herself and say a few words to you.
Good evening, everybody, and a very warm welcome to you all to this, our pre-information transition meeting evening. That's quite a long sentence I just said then. And it really is quite a warm evening, isn't it, this evening? A little bit hot here at school where we are still. My name, as Mr. Bailey said, is Eleanor Grills, and I'm head of school. And I just wanted to say how delighted we are that you've chosen Biddenham. We really do feel quite privileged that we're going to be accompanying you on your journey to becoming young adults. And that seems as though it must be ever such a long way away. But actually, if you stay with us right the way from year 7 all the way through to sixth form, you'll be 18 by the time that you leave us. So you really will be young adults. Our hope is that you will flourish here and that you'll grow into healthy, happy, and successful individuals. So actually, over this lockdown and this strange period of time, we've all got quite good at doing things remotely and online. I'm sure that you've all had an opportunity to do online learning and online lessons, and your parents have loved helping you with that. Have found that really, really enjoyable. I can see some smiling faces there. But actually, we've got quite good at it. We've got a little bit better of things. We've learned many skills. We've improved our use of tech. Even Mr. Bailey and I have improved our use of technology. And we've actually improved the use of technology in lessons to help support learning and to help support learning independently at home. This leads me on to something else that we have at Biddenham that we found really, really helpful, and that is that we give every student on arrival their own Chromebook. We're using them right now to be able to do this virtual meeting with you all. So you will have your own Chromebook that we give you that will really, really help you with your learning whilst you're here with us. Something that we developed over the last lockdown and when we were doing transition this time last year is that we developed something called the Biddenham Diploma. It's actually called Be Awesome, Go Biddenham. And it's a sort of a bridging program. Miss Copley is going to talk to you a little bit more about it in a minute. But what happens is you start this program with us on your transfer days. You've got a program that you do over the summer, and then it carries on into September, into year 7 when you join us. And actually then in the autumn term in year 7, we do a lovely celebration event where we celebrate all of your wonderful work and all of the lovely achievements that you have achieved. So this is our second time doing a transition program remotely. We have learned a lot, as I've said before, and we're going to make it even better and even more wonderful this time round. Our current year sevens who are in school settled into school beautifully, and they had a similar experience with regard to remote learning and then doing their transition remotely. We obviously are hoping that all of the exciting activities we have planned will really give you a sense of what joining us in the Biddenham family is all about. And we are really looking forward to meeting you absolutely properly face-to-face in September. Now I'm going to hand over to Emily Simpson. She's Assistant Head Teacher for Key Stage 3, and she's going to explain to you a little bit about what her role is in school. Over to you, Miss. Thank you.
Hello and good evening, everybody. It's lovely to see so many of you joining us this evening for our first kind of face-to-face intervent and support this evening. My name is Emily Simpson and I'm Assistant Head Teacher who has responsibility for Year 7 and 8. So I have a very important role in making sure that I work with lots of people in the school to make sure you feel happy, safe and supported in your move from primary to secondary school, and working with many people who you'll be introduced this evening. I'm delighted to be presenting to another year group that is fully subscribed. So congratulations to all of you here today. There is a waiting list. There are people desperate to come in, but you have made the list this evening. So congratulations and welcome. One of my main roles is to ensure that you all have an enjoyable, enriched experience and you all reach your full potential. So once you have settled in year 7 in September, we will be carrying out a range of different quizzes related to your English, maths and science lessons. And we will use that information to gain a really, really clear understanding of where you are at now. So if you're sitting here and your experience was either a good experience of live learning or whether it was a more challenging experience, we will be able to put some support in place right in the start of September to ensure that you are feeling successful in that journey. You don't need to revise for these quizzes. It is in the here and now about what you have experienced. I will then work with your form tutors, which we will go on to explain a little bit about later on. Your head of year, Miss Spate, the Senko, Miss Latchman, who you will be introduced later on this evening. From meeting with those individuals, we will then adapt resources and work with the heads of department because you're moving to a very big school. Okay, so we still want to know you as well as your primary schools do. So we make sure that every single child has the opportunity to be spoken about to ensure that we either support you or stretch you based on the results of those quizzes. I'm really looking forward to watching you flourish here at Biddenham. And I really look forward to seeing the progress that you make with your Biddenham diploma and awarding you your awards when you join us here in September. I would now like to hand over to Emma Latchman, who is our Special Education Coordinator here at Biddenham. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you. Good evening. It's lovely to see you all. So as Emily said, my name is Emma Latchman and I am the Special Educational Needs Coordinator here. My role essentially is to ensure that all students here are given the opportunity to be successful, successful as they can be by making sure that the appropriate support is in place to meet their child's individual needs. At Biddenham, we are really proud to be an inclusive school and we aim to give everyone the opportunity to succeed. I lead a large, enthusiastic department that includes a learning support coordinator and approximately 20 teaching assistants. Within that team, we have 2 level 3 teaching assistants who take responsibility for Key Stage 3 and Key Stage 4 respectively. And we also have teaching assistants who take a lead role in overseeing the provisions for each area of special need. So that's cognition and learning needs, sensory and or physical needs, communication interaction needs, and the social, emotional and mental health needs. At Biddenham, our teaching assistants are timetabled predominantly to support students with education, health and care plans. However, we are a needs-led school and support is offered where it is required. Teaching assistant support in a secondary school can differ from a primary school in that we don't have one teaching assistant assigned to one whole class, nor to one student to supporting all their lessons. Here at Biddenham, a student with special needs can be supported by a number of different teaching assistants, although they may have a linked teaching assistant assigned to them who will have an overview of their progress and will strive to create that supportive relationship with yourself and your child. As well as the curriculum support that we offer in lessons, our teaching assistants offer a programme of interventions for any students that are referred for additional support. And that can be for personal skills, for learning skills, or for physical skills. They also offer support for all students after school in a daily homework club. And social support is available at breaks and lunches for students who want it. And we have a dedicated space called the Learning Hub where all of this can happen. My role for the young people joining us in Year 7 next year is to make sure that all teaching staff are going to be aware of any existing educational needs and that the appropriate strategies and support are put in place. Throughout Year 7, we will continue to monitor progress for all the students so that we can celebrate their achievements and the success, but also to identify areas or individual students where it might be necessary to put in additional support or make adjustments to our provision. During their time at Biddenham, our mission is to support students to be confident and independent young people, accepting of their strengths and challenges, with an awareness of and understanding of what works for them, and fully equipped to move on to adulthood. I'm really looking forward to meeting and working alongside the students and the families of the new cohort joining Biddenham, and I'd really encourage anyone who wants to speak to me about their personal educational needs, who hasn't already done so, to contact me via the transition email or to phone the school office. I'm now going to pass you on to Philippa Copley, an assistant head at Biddenham and responsible for the transition process. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. I think you've now got a face to the name of all those letters I've been sending you. My name is Philippa Copley, and I'm an assistant head at Biddenham, and one of my main roles is supporting the transition of our Year 6ers moving into Year 7 at Biddenham. This evening, I wanted to go through what we have done so far to support your child's transition to Biddenham and some of our ideas for our virtual transition. Over the last 3 months, I've been liaising with all of your primary schools, gathering information on how to support your child's move to us and offering as much help and support with this. Since the decision we've made to make our transition process virtual again this year, I've been working even closer with our primary schools to put together a package to support Year 6ers moving to us, to make sure they feel excited and happy with their next step. Last year, we ran a very successful virtual transition programme that has led to our current Year 7s having a very smooth and settled move to us despite missing the face-to-face transition. This year, we'd like to develop on last year's programme and tweak it slightly to make sure we're accommodating this year's big difference of the Year 6ers being in primary school rather than home learning. All of these ideas are currently still in the planning stages, but we wanted to give you tonight an overview of some of the possible things we are looking to do. All of these ideas, once fully planned, we will share with you via a letter on our school website and email you as well. Okay, so I'm going to share with you a little presentation, if I can figure out how to do it. Bear with me. This is a test of my IT skills. Right. And this is going to show you a few ideas of the things that we will be looking to put on. Okay, so hopefully everybody can see that. Can you see that over there, Miss Spate? Brilliant. Okay, so last year we put on some virtual tutor time sessions. So what we're going to do, as Miss Spate mentioned, we're currently putting together these tutor groups. And what we're going to do is then look at putting a time in place after the school day, and you guys will get the link to meet your tutor group and your form tutor, and they will run a 30-minute tutor session. So a really good opportunity to get to know your form tutor and to get to know some other people that are part of your tutor group. Like we've mentioned already, our transfer days are going to be virtual. Now, what's going to happen here, they will stay in their current primary schools, and we're going to put on some live sessions that the primary schools can then look into, tapping into and being part of, as well as us recording those sessions so that you can access them at home as well. Alongside that, as Miss Grills has already mentioned, we're going to run our Year 6 Be Awesome Go Biddenham diploma. I'm going to look to hand these out to primary schools or post them home so you can complete these during transfer days and over the summer and as we go into year 7. Last year, all of our year 7s were successful in achieving their Go Biddenham diploma, which is wonderful. We're going to look at doing some Meet the Tutor phone calls home, potentially Google Meets as well. So as parents and carers, you will get to speak to the form tutor to answer any finer details about their start to school at Biddenham. We're also offering out any school tours. So this could be individual. Okay, so if you'd like a tour of the school after the school day, so once our students have left the school site from 3 o'clock, then please do let me know. And my email is the transition email, and we can arrange this for you. I'm also making contact with some of our local primary schools that are in walking distance to Biddenham to see if they'd like to bring their whole cohort up for a walk around the school, again from 3 o'clock onwards, and the primary schools will be in touch regarding this. Now, these are just some of our ideas, and we will be looking to add to these, but as soon as we've firmed up everything, we will make contact with you so you know exactly what is going on. We will also let primary schools know as well, so they know what to do and what they can access within the primary school day. Now, a few things I wanted to go into a little bit deeper with, and that's the diploma. This is an amazing opportunity for you to really get to grips with some of the secondary school life and activities and upskill yourself ready to start in September. So you're going to be producing lots of wonderful work using a variety of different skills that you can then complete this certificate and gain a diploma in various different things. And it's really about you guys being independent, showing your creativity, and also it will help us learn about you guys and what are your interests and what you enjoy and how you best learn. Now, there's 4 different levels of the diploma: bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail about this because you will get a pack with all the information in. There'll also be a video recording of myself going through exactly what you need to do, and your primary schools will be able to support you as well. And I'm just an email away, and the email is on there. Please feel free to take that if you have any questions, not just about the diploma, but about other things as well. Right, I'm just going to stop presenting. I will make sure I share this presentation with you as well, so you have another time to look through it. Now, hopefully you can see me again. Mr. Bailey. A few things I just wanted to go through with you. You should have all received your welcome pack with a nice sticker. That's either come through from your primary school or it's been posted home. Within that, you should have your year 6 passport that needs to be completed by the year 6 student. That helps us to find out a little bit more information about you as people. What do you enjoy? What are your favourite things? How can we support you? Okay, and your form tutors will get this passport so they can learn about you before they actually speak to you and meet you. There's also a booklet to do with tips, top tips for joining secondary school, which is really, really useful. And then the final 2 bits in there are some transfer information pack. The big one we need back from you, from parents and carers, is the transfer pack 2 that has all your forms in. Now, if you're thinking, I have no idea what Philippa's going on about, please drop me an email and I will be able to post you out another welcome pack. Your primary school, you might not have been in on the day when you got sent this home. So please do let me know and I'll post home another welcome pack for you. Now, the diploma is really exciting. And this is something that you will get and we will post home. It will be a folder. And inside that folder, all the information about the diploma and a really important book that you can read at your leisure to do with how you can get through secondary school life successfully. And that's a really useful guide. So you will get this, and you'll get this over the next 2 weeks alongside your diploma pack. So that's lots of information I've gone through tonight. And again, if there's anything that you've got questions on those bits, please do drop me an email. Okay, final little bit from me, if I can find out where I was. So if you have any questions, concerns about transition, please do email me or call school and I will get hold of you and we'll make sure that we cover everything that we need to make sure this transition is as smooth as possible. And we're more than happy to support you in as much as possible, because it can be daunting at the best of time moving to a secondary school, let alone thrown into a pandemic situation. Finally, just a reminder to make sure you complete those welcome packs and you hand them in to us. They really do help support your child's move to us. Inside those information packs are lots of key things to do with uniform, clubs, trips and visits, frequently asked questions. Alongside that, if you've recently changed your address since when you applied to Biddenham, or changed your email address, can you also let us know? Because then we can make contact with you. It's really important that the communication between us, families and the primaries is there, so that we can make sure that everybody makes a really successful start to Biddenham. I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank you all for your support. It's been invaluable, and your ongoing support over the next 2 to 3 months will really help to make sure our young people are successful in their next journey in life. Right, I'm going to pass on to your head of Year 7, Abby Spate. Thank you very much, everybody.
Good evening, everybody. So my name is Abigail Spate, and I have the privilege of being your child's head of year. I've been in the pastoral care role for the last 5 years, with my most recent role as head of year 11. This position in school may be quite new to some of you who have primary age children at home. So I wanted just to spend a little bit of time letting you know what a head of year does and how I'm going to support your child whilst they're part of our Biddenham family. I will very much take a holistic approach when supporting your child by analysing their academic progress, their behaviour for learning, their attendance, encouraging their careers aspirations, thinking about their well-being and any safeguarding concerns. This all very much links into our school behaviour values and core principles. As a head of year, I'll be encouraging your child to adopt our mantra of ready, respect and reward. These are our behaviour values. For example, making sure we are ready for school by being on time and having all the correct equipment. Respect, obviously, to our school environment, to our peers and friendship groups, and to all the staff that work at Biddenham. And by demonstrating all these values, we hope that you will be rewarded through postcards home, certificates, positive phone calls, and lots of other rewards that we have in place at Biddenham. Our reward system is also built around our core principles of friendship and compassion, inspiration, determination, enjoyment and success. And all of the above will be led by your child's tutor, who will always be your first point of contact at school. I will support the Year 7 tutor team to inspire and motivate your child to adopt these values and principles. As Miss Copley has said, we're just sorting out the tutor groups at the moment, and we will let you know who your tutor is going to be as soon as we have sorted that out, and they will make contact with you via telephone or possibly via a Google Meet. And that will be before we break for the summer. I'm also involved in the pastoral curriculum through PSHE lessons, tutor time activities and assemblies, where we plan sessions to meet the needs of the year group and bring the spirit of belonging to the year group as a whole. Another role I want to talk to you about that I have in school is being our school's wellbeing lead. And that simply means ensuring your child is happy, healthy and comfortable in school, in themselves and outside of school. And this can involve encouraging them with self-care through a range of activities. I run our sixth form mentoring program where your child could be mentored by one of the older students who are trained in school to support them with their transition, to making referrals to external agencies for more specialist support. This year, we've been extremely lucky to have recruited a counsellor, especially for Year 7s and 8s. And we would like to reach out to any of you who feel that they may need support from her already. Please do not hesitate to make contact with us again via the transition email if you would like to speak to Karuna Nagrani, our school counsellor. She'll be happy to meet with you and your child via Google Meet, just if they have any concerns or worries about transition, to help meet those wellbeing needs. I am really looking forward to meeting all of the new 7s virtually in July and face-to-face in September. I can't wait for the excitement and enthusiasm that new Year 7s will bring. have so many ideas to make sure they have a successful and happy time at Biddenham. I also am looking forward to forging some positive relationships with you, as we believe parental involvement in education leads to greater student success and increased confidence. So thank you for your time this evening. Like I said, I'm really looking forward to meeting all of you. Now it's time to answer some of your questions. If you do have any, please do put them in the chat, and we're going to answer those questions that have come up now.
Thank you, Ms.